Hey guys, Loman02, currently getting ready to play a game of 93 and 94, and if Moto will cooperate, it'll go back to this screen, so I can quickly show you the deck before the game starts. So we are playing with the deck here, and Moto is unfortunately lagging significantly. Come on, buddy. So this is the current setup. I've done a deck tech on this deck before. It's currently set up to be kind of non-biased, either play against control or like aggro mid-range in the format, as is denoted by the number of chain-bait tomes and disrupting scepters. Obviously, if you're in like a control mirror, you want more of both, but they tend to get worse. Ooh, this hand's good. They tend to get worse the more aggressive decks get, to a point where I think you only want like one scepter, maybe one tome against aggro at most. So we're going to go ahead and land one here. I don't know what my opponent's playing, Cousin Ted. And let's wish him luck despite a blistering start. There we go. And your go at it, my man. And then we may even balance next turn, actually. Just to, if he doesn't have like a really rapid, a lot of artifact mana. Okay. Well, he could draw here. Well, that's potent. I think, okay. Well, the cool thing is here, we get to just balance the living crap out of him. So he has to discard a 4. Or, I'm sorry, discard 5. There's a 5 for 1? Yikes. He could have, like, Ancestral or something in his hand, though. But it takes him off the library plan. He gets one card off his library, and now he has a colorless land in play. Because Scepter's going to do a pretty good job, unless he has like a Disenchant or something like that, of keeping him under my thumb. Unfortunately, I mean, if we have more artifact mana, this hand would just be bonkers. Like if we could go like land, artifact, disrupting Scepter him. Okay. Well, that is a sizable beating, no doubt. Balance, yeah, not a balanced card. When used well or correctly. Not that we had to really do much to set this up, our hand was just good. Or at least I liked our hand. Getting a 5 for 1 plus Disrupting Scepter. Now, this could be a Disenchant here. If it's a Disenchant, do I care that much? No, I'll probably just recall it depending on what I draw. Nothing. Okay, well, we're just going to continue to play lands here, I suppose. Nothing that we want to recall for. And now comes the Scepter Lock. And I don't think my opponent had a Disenchant. STP, no, just a Tundra. A lot of lands in hand. So, the cool thing is we're at a point now where if we draw another land and this thing gets blown up, we can just go ahead. Alright, Strip Mine, that's fine. Probably blow up the white source here. Yeah, be my guess. I can't counterspell anything. I'm F6'd right now. I guess that gives my opponent some hidden information. Okay. My opponent is down to 1 card, but as are we. Well, now the question becomes, what do I want to discard here? I think it actually is counterspell. I think he only had 1 Disenchant because he would have done that sooner. He drew that for the turn, I'm pretty sure. Because I don't think you allow me to have 1 free card. Just get a Disrupting Scepter back. And say go. And then if we hit a Mana Source next turn, which is kind of like our biggest low side draw, we can still activate the Scepter in the same turn. But this could all turn around. I mean, it's old school, so like he could top deck Ancestral Recall and just be back in the game. You know, as could we though. I kind of like how we played this, though. I mean, we definitely ended up with more permanence. I don't know what he means right. Oh, he did pop it off early? Maybe. Alright, so... Alright, we know what your hand is, and you're getting around the Scepter here. Okay, well, he's just going to try to get off of underneath my scepter, or from underneath my scepter. I could blow up the Mox Emerald here, but I think that's a bad play. The only way I'm punished is if he draws something like Brain Geyser, but even then, like, Brain Geyser's not... It's drawing 2, you know? I think it's better to wait for, like, a Jame Day Tome or something. Okay, well, we're going to get Ancestral Recall here. And leave up... Yeah, it could be Recall or Wheel, but I think his board, he's been drawing a lot of permanents, so I think I would prefer... Not Wheel, I'm sorry, I don't know. No. No, I actually ditched my counterspell. The point of the deck, despite popular belief, is not just to counterspell and kill everything. That's a component of how it works. It's to accrue card advantage, or get to a position of inevitability through card advantage, which is what I'm trying to find right now. The Scepter ensures that any counterspells he draws, or Swords to Plowshares, or whatever, are dead, right? And yeah, so that's why I saved the Disenchant. I don't think hitting the Mox Emerald is relevant. I think how he gets out of this is he draws into a Jame Day Tome. Nah. Alright, so we're going to do some learning, I think. We'll see. So I kind of want him to answer this question. I think what he's thinking is like, oh, I can top deck Jame Day Tome and win. Well, yes. What does that mean I have in my hand? The Styx Killer? No, you got this all wrong. Yeah, I think he's looking at this all wrong. And I definitely stand by my decision here to go for the draw 3, because my opponent's median draw. I mean, even if he draw 7, like whatever, like then I have 7 cards too. It would have been nice to be able to leave up Disenchant, but I think getting the Rock down is more relevant in that context because I want one less permanent in my deck that I really don't want to draw later. So do we draw a Disenchant? Okay, Moat. Yep, there you go. That card's irrelevant. Yeah. All right. Well, we go into sideboards. Yeah. I mean, if we get an untap here, like it's just that's the thing, right? I mean, it's not all about countering spells, in my opinion. It's more about achieving a position where you can just attain card advantage. Now, if I had the 4th mana, I probably would have just gone for a J-Tome, even though that does have a higher probability. Maybe I wouldn't have. It just depends. Right here, do I want a blue Elemental Blast? Would I be happier with a Bolt over a Swords to Plowshares? Probably not. I'll leave 1 Swords to Plowshares in. I gain some random incremental life off of my Mishra's Factories, which I think are really going to be the big earners in this game. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you can see the way we architected that entire line of play. I mean, and a lot of it was kind of foregone with the balance, but we got a 5 for 1 off balance, 3 for 1 off Ancestral. I believe we got a 1 for 1 off the Disrupting Scepter, but any counterspell my opponent drew would have been a 2 for 1 at that point if I was able to snipe another card out. And in some ways, balance was even more than a 5 for 1 because it stopped future cards, possibly. Alright, this hand's a bomb. So, I think we keep it. The question is sequencing on this hand. I think we lead with the red Elemental Blast. And if we have to counter an Ancestral on our turn, if our opponent for some reason waits, they may wait because they'll have to discard, then we Reb it. And if not, we go for an upkeep Ancestral on ourselves on their turn. Okay, we're going to keep this. Yeah, I guess there is a strange art. I mean, like, this is a high variance format, right? So, like, sometimes you just draw well, and you win because of it. Sometimes you draw like garbage, and you don't win. So does my opponent bring in Reb? More than likely, yes. Do I spew my Ancestral into a Reb? I think I'm going to, just to tie up their turn. I think get Counterspell on the next turn. Wonder if my opponent's holding up Strip Mine. They are. I think it's fine. I think I am going to go for an upkeep Ancestral here. I think I'm going to... The problem is... Yeah, no, we're going to go for it. Just to... It ties up their turn, too. Alright, do you have it? Go ahead and Reb it if you got it. Yep, they have it. Kind of felt like they did. That's cool. Now, if they have land Ancestral of their own, that's probably the biggest disaster. If they just have Tundra Go, then I feel okay. Yeah, it's fine. Well, we'll start getting factories down next turn. I think it's more imperative to leave up Counterspell just to get their Disrupting Scepter if they have one. Okay. Worst draw in the deck. Actually, that probably should have come out. Well, I mean, what was I going to put in for? Another STP? Maybe a Beb. A Beb probably would have been better. A Beb's probably... Actually, we go to reboard this. We should have put in 2 Bebs, taken out the Abyss, taken out Swords to Plowshares. I don't think they're running Mishra's Factory, which I think is a huge mistake. They may disenchant my ring. I don't really care. It's a free card out of their hand, essentially. You know, maybe we should have waited on the... I felt pretty strongly they had a Red Elemental Blast. I still don't know if that was correct. Okay, well, maybe they sideboarded into creatures here. Like, maybe they have... I don't know. Well, I think I would like to trade more resources first. And I would like to get this Abyss down at some point, just so I don't have this silly thing in hand. You know what? No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to start attacking. I'm going to let them do their thing. If they want to blow up the Sol Ring, like I said, I don't care about that. But if they're trying to save the removal for the factories, I would rather that not happen. Okay, a Strip Mine. Maybe it was more correct because I'm not attacking this turn with the factory to cast or to play out the City of Brass, unless they're just going to hold their mine up here. So this turn, I'm honestly like tempted here. I think. So I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm actually going to always yield, yep. I think I'm going to play out the Abyss here. It's going to do nothing in this matchup, but I would like to get more permanence out of my hand to set up the Time Twister here. If they want to counter this, it's cool. I mean, like, I don't think they even run creatures, so I'm pretty sure it's going to resolve and just stay out there. And if they want to disenchant it, that's surely fine by me. And then next turn... Okay. Well, I'll fire it up in that case. I mean, since I can't counter anything... I guess I could have also gone for a Twister, but I don't think that's right. You want to... You should wait to STP this thing. Because that will gain more life on it. Nope. Okay. Still up on cards. still up on mana. So, well, actually we're card parity, but I'm up on mana. And I feel like Twister is pretty... Alright, go ahead. Now, what could they possibly have here? They could have a J-Tome, which is obviously a little more punishing. Okay, Ancestral. It's a good one. Well, you're going to cast something. Probably, of all things, take them off Beb mana. Or can I? Well, hopefully they cast something here. Because I would like to get off the Twister. Okay, another Strip Mine. That's certainly annoying. Okay, they're just going to get the City of Brass. It's cool by me. And do nothing. I'm going to regrowth the Ancestral. Well, if they do that... The question is, do they have Reb? The best draw in my deck is probably a red source from this position. Okay. And up to 7. I think what we have to do here... Well, actually, here's an interesting play. No. What we do is this. We just go ahead and hammer this thing. I think I'm going to get the Lotus here. Yeah, you know, we might as well. Because it nets us 1 additional mana. We can cast something on the back side of it. And or attack with the factory if we really want to. Or recast an Ancestral if we draw that. But this feels like it's pretty solid. Okie doke. Well, not a great draw there. And go. Suppose if we do leave a Reb up here, which is not bad. Okay, library. Yep. But we have the mine for that. Is this a Disrupting Scepter? Okay. Get a book down. And yes, library is better than book. Alright, they have a disenchant for it, but they're going to go down to 5 cards. So I still would like to draw a City of Brass or a Volk here. Not necessarily. You can counter this if you like. Okay, you got it. Power sunk. Okay, land. Tome of their own. Nope, a time walk. That's an explorer, essentially, at this point. What if this will get countered? I'm actually willing to allow it to be countered. I hope it's not a power sink, though. Okay. You know, we'll get one card out of hand, possibly. We're going to get one card out of hand regardless if it gets countered or not. And then we'll get 2 lands, which seems decent. Okie doke. So we get a Tundra and a Volcanic and a Plains. Alright, well, you're go at it, man. Alright, land. And pass it. Counterspell is not a horrible draw. The thing my opponent's going to run into is clock. This is still a game 2, and yeah. Well, not a good draw there, but go on ahead, opponent. Okay. And yes, my opponent's playing Mana Confluences. I'm just going to play this out. If my opponent has another, whatever this thing is, the thing that exiles 2 artifacts, dust to dust, oh well. I think I will allow that to happen too. What do I have exiled right now? 1 Fel Warstone and 1 Soul Ring? Yeah. I think the intricacies of a long game I can beat this opponent in. Right now, they are very well ahead. Like, they should not have any reason to lose this game. Do I tap out here? I think no. I think the answer is no. I think I just wait. I think I'm patient. That's a draw 3, but I think, eventually my opponent's going to try to go for something and can hopefully catch them out. That's more enticing. I think I just do this, and if they go for a power sink, go for a Mind Twist for 2. What did we get? A Mox and a Strip Mine. Wonder why he didn't play the Strip Mine there. I think he should have. Maybe his hand is just junk. Maybe he's trying to keep me from resolving something. Alright. I'm going to throw caution to the winds here. If my opponent has a counterspell in hand, I think they would have used it. So I'm going to... I'm going to go for this. We'll draw 4. Do you have the counter? They have a Reb. Yep, he has a Reb. Cool. And F6 it. Did he keep STP in his deck? I don't think so. Disenchant could be what he's got here. And if he disenchants this, am I fine with it? Probably. Because eventually he's going to have to try to resolve. Okay. I think I'm fine with this. Surprised it's still in his deck. I mean, then again, we did leave 1, but it should have been a Beb. Alright, we're going for something here. Pourquoi? Alright, well, if you have a counter spell, counter it. Another Reb. Feels like a Reb. Okay. I don't think he has a counter spell. And now we need to draw into a disenchant. Well, not a disenchant, but a good card nonetheless. I wonder if my opponent has a mix of Cities of Brass and Mana Confluences. Should probably try to blow up the Disrupting Scepter. Both our tomes are in Yard. Twister and Regrowth are in Yard. Recall can get Twister back. Right now, my opponent's going to have to be the first one to Twister because they're actually over us on cards. I think, I mean, they're in a position of dominance. I could just concede it and go to the next game, but I'm going to force them to win. Like, winning with the deck is an art. Like, so you don't clock or, you know... We've been bullshitting, like I've been bullshitting, and I'm still at 15 minutes and 29 seconds. Okay, draw. I assume he's looking for artifact or enchantment removal. Where's my opponent's win con in this deck? Alright, Strip Mine, cool. Well, I'm down white, so Disenchant's not a great draw anymore. Well, a land. Not the one we wanted, but a land nonetheless. Alright, Power Sink out of his hand. And go. Well, a red source would have been much appreciated at any point in time here. Going for another tome activation, I assume. Or they could just be blowing up our Disrupting Scepter. Are we going to Time Twister? Recall. On Dust to Dust. Discarding his win con. Okay. Well, you got the Dust to Dust. That is cool. Okay. I think the black was more correct because Demonic Tutor's still in my deck. Okay, City of Brass, very strong draw there. Now the question is, I think we start limiting his mana so that he has to take damage off of it. Yes, this also puts me in an awkward spot. Get this. But I got time, right? So, like, he just discarded his Disintegrate, which I think is his sole win con. So he has to get it back. He likely has Regrowth in his deck, so maybe it was more correct to get the Teleria, or the Tropical Island, rather, Teleria. But I think my opponent's in some trouble here. Alright, now we're going to start hitting lands, which is not bad. It's kind of what we want to be doing right now. And they can continue to use their Jame Day Tome, but their clock is ticking down, and they have to take damage every time they do it. And eventually, I think they're going to have to Twister. So we've got a double Reb up or Reb counterspell up. Feels pretty good. Yeah, I think my opponent is going to have to. Alright. So one downside of that play, I don't like it. Yeah, it was temporarily able to deal with some of my threats. Well, I guess not my threats. Yeah, regrowth for it, yep. Alright. Well, still don't mind hitting Cities of Brass. The only thing they're really kind of not good against is the power sinks, but I think opponent is in some significant trouble. I mean, their clock's just going to kill them. So, now we have 3 counters up. Well, here's all the mana. It's not a problem, though, because I think they are going to have to Twister at some point. Go ahead and Tome here. I probably shouldn't have 6, even though I like to conserve time. But I have enough time to play a 3rd game here. I'm going to disenchant my Mox. Yeah, it's fine. I think I would have saved that if I were them. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they realize they are going to have to Twister here. Well, lands are not. I'm not going to complain about lands. Like in this position, like my opponent has very limited ways to win. My opponent's the control deck here, so they're the ones that are kind of forced into a position now to figure out a way to win. So for me to hit lands is good because I do think that we're going to be able to fight and win against the regrowth. And they're going to mill before we do, so they have to figure out a way to win before they mill. And the recall is gone. Alright, they have a land. They're trying to draw into a win con here. Yep. Well, there certainly was a land pocket in the middle of the deck. I think we've drawn lands for 5 turns in a row, which I'm not disagreeable with. I think that's fine. Probably blow up my factory here, I would assume. Yeah, I don't think I'm out of it. Like, he seems to think so. I really don't. Because they're relying on 2 spells to get them out of this. Say go. If he wants to strip mine my factory, that's fine. I'm not going to try to attack there. He wants to just strip mine that. Okay. That's fine by me. I don't think it's right. Turn off auto yields. We're going to disenchant something. Probably the... Yep, that's fine. Yeah, so like all of this is kind of just nonsense. Like, it's not really doing anything. Well, we're going to play this out. I'll F6 here. I think if they have, like, Ancestral, I don't really care. They can Ancestral themselves. That would be a good draw for us as well. Cause a nice little fight on their turn. Don't know if I would cast it right off. Disenchant on the Fellwar Stone. I don't care. That's fine. I think we get into a fight here. Cause them to tap on their turn. Nope, they just let it happen. Oh, they're out of time. Yeah, no, I wasn't conceding that game because I do think I could have won that. I think I was actually winning that game. Crazy as it sounds, like you would think like once you're in that position, but the problem with my opponent's deck is it has only one way to win. So when you have only one way, like one sole way to win, which I think is folly in 93-94, I think you need to have a couple. That's why I kind of like the factories. I think the factories are a necessity in the version of the deck, but that's just my take on it. Obviously, folks have differing opinions on that, but I think, when you isolate it down to just one disintegrate, which it should be a fireball anyways, so you can use it for board removal in the early game. You tend to limit yourself, I think. Yeah, I'd love to play first. What do I think of this hand? Well, this is a keeper. If my opponent stays at 7, then I go into 6. I don't really want to get them into a better hand. Going to 5. Okay. Well, maybe I'm just going to Brain Geyser on turn 1 then, not Twister. Alright. Let's twist. Take 2 permanents and a new 7. Even though my opponent's essentially getting 2 cards back. Well, depending on what my opponent does, we could just go for another Twister next turn. It depends on what I draw. Well, my opponent's back up to 8. Alright, I guess we're going to sideboarding then. Maybe their 8 was not very good. Maybe they hit no lands. Alright, in the dark, yeah, I'm just going to leave it, not do anything. I guess if I gave them a really bad hand off of the Twister, that would make sense. Yeah, Black Lotus does that, though. I mean, it tends to give you crazy starts. It may have been more correct to make blue mana so we could Ancestral. I mean, not that we were likely to. My hope was just to grab a Fel Warstone and play that out there. Or a Scepter plus, like, Soul Ring or Mox plus Scepter or something like that. Alright, this hand is serviceable. It's got a library on turn 1 on the draw. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, it's a serviceable hand. Not the best, not the worst. Doesn't have a lot of early interaction, so if they come out hot out of the gates, we could be in some trouble here. Yep. You going to leave Counterspell up or just cast something? Alright, Mana Vault. Well, Mana Vault tends to be used in decks that have like Juggernauts or Suchis and stuff like that, so I don't think we're in a horrible spot, but I'm just going to go ahead and draw here, and then next turn we'll see what we do. Kind of hope to draw into a Mox, that'd be nice. Then we could disenchant whatever they play off of this vault. Welp, what does the opponent have here? Could be discarding next turn. Nah, we don't necessarily have to. We can just disenchant something. We'll draw up to 8, draw into 9. City of Brass, disenchant back down to 7. Don't draw off that turn, though. It's probably better than, yeah, discarding. Well, let's see what the opponent does here. Oh. Alright, well, I guess he doesn't want to play against the deck. I'll concede the match. We'll play a different one. Well, if Moto will let us. Come on, Moto. What do I feel like playing this time? No, not Vintage. What do we want to do? Play some Twiddle Vault. We'll probably lose this one. Twiddle Vault's not a very good deck, I don't think. But we'll give it a shot here. Twiddle Vault's certainly a cool deck, though. Should probably look at this deck before I play it. It's been a hot minute since I played this deck, so Let's go to collection real fast. Yeah, it's too bad we didn't get to play that last game out to fruition, because I would have liked to show them that I think I could win that. Not easily, but I could win it. Alright, so this channel Fireball. 2 transmutes. Okay, this deck's at least interesting. Is that power? Alright, we're going to keep this. I don't think it's great, but I think it's keepable. Opponent has the play, which could be bad for us. This is a Howling Mine deck, too, which is kind of interesting. Alright, go ahead. Okay. Well, we'll have Reb up at a minimum. And then we have to... Hopefully it's not his mono disenchant deck. If it is, then it's going to be a hard matchup. I think I am just going to get this. Alright. This is all... I mean, we could leave up the power sink, but I think it's better just to play out the Howling Mine and hope it lives. It's pretty pivotal to this deck's operation to have a lot of cards. My opponent may falsely allow it to live because it gives them cards too. But the right play here is to disenchant it, if they have the disenchant. Alright, we're going to get strip mined. Cool. Alright, hopefully not disenchanted as well. Yep, looks like we are going to get disenchanted here. Yep, they got it. That sucks. But there are 3 cards. We're at 6. We have a lot of lands. Could eventually get to Geyser mana. Yeah, probably. I mean, I was going to counter it anyways, just because like I could. Like the Reb, I think makes sense there. Yeah, I mean that's part of not knowing the matchup, though. I mean, yeah, if you got to draw twice off of the Howling Mine, that'd be pretty good. It's normally a pretty big beating. Alright, Twiddle, not very good on its own. If you didn't know. Alright, opponent missing land drop there, which is good for us. I think we just wait. I want my opponent to tap out for something and then resolve my crap. Could even mill him this game. Could be our way to win. Like, normally this deck does actually win through milling. Because you can actually use the Vault with multiple Howling Mines in play to do that. Just play the slow game here. I don't need to force anything. And Twiddle is awfully bad on its own. I suppose I could start damaging my opponent with their City of Brass. Well, force them to draw here. They have 61 cards in their deck. I feel like we're up a card we shouldn't be. Huh. Channel is interesting. Well, if I tap out, I can channel for a lot of cards, right? Pretty funny. Actually, I could channel their library out as well. Okay. City of Brass, good draw. Channel's not a card I play with a lot in this format. Alright, what do you blow up? Probably the Volk or something. I don't really care. Wasn't a horrible pickup. Just go ahead and play this silly thing out. You can counter it if they like, or they can disenchant it. Well, Loa is where I start pulling ahead, I think. Although I do need to watch myself getting milled. Now with Channel plus Geyser, I should be able to mill them still. My assumption is they will go ahead. Good double draw here. I'm going to draw one. I'll discard probably the Balance. Yep. Balance, I think, is the card to discard here. Because I actually just want to get permanents into play, get land permanents into play. Okay. Especially in this board state, like their deck doesn't really do anything other than cast like one big Disintegrate, which I think is going to be tough to do if I have all my permanents on the board, and they don't have like something like Armageddon to kind of fight through me having a ton of permanents. Could have also twiddled that thing to draw twice with the library. Would have been interesting. I think I'm going to wait on the Soul Ring. There's actually no need to cast it right now, because my opponent has, I believe in this deck, an Ash or a Dust to Dust, which giving them 2 targets is kind of bad. And if they want to Dust to Dust my Mana Vault plus one of their own Moxen, I'm fine with that. But I don't want to give them 2 targets. It's kind of also why I haven't played out the Howling Mine. I'm going to force them to act here. Okay. I'm down to 17 here. Alright, discarding. Cool with me. Alright, always yield to this. Nope. I'm going to play this out. I know that goes against what I said before, but they have to play that at sorcery speed, though. So I could get into a counter fight over it. Yeah, I think the key is not discarding here. Like, what I may do at some point is actually just cast the Howling Mine out when I cannot make a land drop. Alright, Loa. Make it to a fight over this, which I think would be fine. They may even let it happen. Okay, they're going to try to counter this. I think I'd be okay with that. Alright, that's a lot of cards out of my opponent's hand. I'm going to go ahead and play it. Yeah, if they have mine, it's just going to get blown up, but I think I'm okay with that. And we got 2 counters out of their hand, which is not bad. I think I do just pay to untap the vault next turn. Could twiddle it as well, but I kind of want to save those. Like one crucial turn. Alright, Twister. Well, let's turn off auto yields here. Alright, so they found their 2-for-1 advantage here. So, cool. Sylvan Library, pretty good as well. Oh, they have more bolts and whatnot. Try to bolt me. Okay. I think I'm going to try to time walk here. We'll go for the time vault, I think, and see if we can get this action started up now. Or Ancestral. No, probably just Ancestral, honestly. Well, and we hit it anyways. I'm going to play this one out as well. Try to twiddle this thing. See if they have a disenchant. Yep. Well, now regardless of what they do, I feel pretty advantaged here. Nope. So I've got 3 extra turns right now. Nope. Nope. Oh, son of a gun. We just screwed this up. Yeah, that's our draw phase. We're silly. Damn stops. Alright, well, despite flummoxing this quite badly, I guess at a minimum, it does give us another look with the Sylvan Library. I wanted to mind twist them there, then switch life totals on the following turn. Come on, Moto. God damn it. I hate these like draw step triggers kill me because I forget to like push next after the Sylvan. And I just want to tap right there. Like, don't know why. Alright, how low am I willing to go here? Probably not into bolt range. Just take 3 down to 4. Try to counter this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we can go to 4 here. Okay, yeah, they're just going to concede it. I mean, I get their hand and I have the counter in hand, and yeah, from there I think it becomes a lot more elementary. So I think these are good. What don't I like in this matchup? Maybe cut one Sylvan. I know it's a strong card. I actually don't think well, Time Walk's not bad with the Howling Mines. Let me cut one back. Hercule's Recall is not necessary. I guess it does protect. It does protect our Time Vault, but we can play the long game like we did there. I like that, yeah. And 1 second, guys. Quick pause. Alright, guys. Back. This is a keeper. Come on, Moto. F6. God, this program kills me some days. So this hand's not great. Strip Mine, 2 for 1. Good with me. I mean, in an unrestricted Strip Mine world, you just have to accept this. And I may be discarding next turn too, I don't know. Drawing a Mox would be nice. Nope, no Mox. However, that is not worth... That is not an considerable draw. I'm going to ditch this. This thing takes forever. It's kind of very slow. We'll have to Time Twister to get it back if we really need it. Okay. If they have Power Sync, cool. Gonna get ahead, stay ahead on cards here. I think I'll draw my card now. If he wants to disenchant the Mox, cool. Okay. Well, same game plan. We're just going to play long with him. And, you know, I think we'll have more permanence than he will. And eventually try to, you know, channel Fireball him out. Okay. Put the Sylvan down. That'll force a disenchant more than likely, or a counterspell. Either one I'm fine with. I'll just outcard him here. I am a little down on time because I had to respond to some texts. Counterspell, mana drain. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. Okay. Alrighty, go. So they get 2 extra. Okay. I think we're going to go for the channel win here. Oh, you have a counter spell. Good sir. This could backfire. Okay. Oh, Moto's going slow. Okay, Fireball. Yeah, I'm done. Do you have a counterspell? Well, the question is now, do they have the bolt? Good game. Alright, I suppose we're going to play this one again. Twiddle Vault is kind of fun to play. I was pretty sure he was full of shit. If he had perfect, he had perfect. Actually, I have to think, like, would it have been better there? It actually... No, it would have been better to actually leave up 2 power sync. I shouldn't have tapped him. Whatever, I want to go to game 3. Prison? Okay. Well, we can play Prison. I don't think Prison's going to do well against, like, a variant of the deck. Oh, this is vintage. No wonder. Alright, Freeform. He wants to play some Prison. Just play Shops. Yeah, let's do mono white Prison. Lose some Prison. Some Prison action. I don't think this will be a terrible matchup for this deck. It's not phenomenal either. Twiddle Vault is pretty sick. Like, that deck is pretty cool. Okay, there's a keeper. Blow up land, play Orb. Seems about right. Seems about what this deck wants to be doing. Alright, Mox. Alright. I mean, I would just slam it here, because we have the Strip Mine to follow it up. I'm going to play the Mishra's Factory first, and then we're going to go mining on the following turn. Unless he has, like, some fast mana plus a Tundra, he's not going to blow the Winter Orb up. And for mana efficiency, I think it makes sense to get it out there. Although, there's an argument to just playing the Factory and saying go, because he may play his White Source first. I don't know. It's a very close line. I haven't played this deck enough to know. So I'm going to go with mana efficiency, but that could be wrong. I'm not on the deck. Oh, no, not the deck. The blue-red burn? Okay. Okay. Serendipifreet? No, nothing. Alright, well that was a solid draw, I think. I feel like my opponent has counter magic here. So I'm just going to blow this up and say go to my opponent. The deck does not tend to run Winter Orb. I don't think it would like that. Just blow up the orb. I kind of want to dust them, but I don't want to run it into counter magic because getting the 2-for-1 is, I think, important to me here. Well, I think we just go for it. They're going to have to tap their City of Brass, take a damage off of it. They could power sync it as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for it. F6. If you got it, you got it. Yeah, they got it. Take a damage off the orb, or off the City of Brass. Cool. Okay. Counterspell down. Yeah, I don't feel like I should wait there. I mean, I think you've got to force him to have it at that point. Okay. Alright, Relic Barrier. You can go. You can counter the Relic Barrier if you like. Good. They're going to counter the Relic Barrier? Alright. Alright, I mean, this stick does the same thing to both of us, and my deck's set up to do it, and you take a damage off of it, so you tap my 2 lands down, I can't pay for it. Nope. So. Untap 1 land here. Well, let's see what they're up to. Alright, more landage. Tap my white source. I'll play another white source and probably drop another Winter Orb. Just say go. Now, if they have Dust to Dust, that could be bad, because they can obviously cast it now. Hit their Tundra. Force them to tap their City of Brass. They want to blow this thing up. Although I should have used the Ruby for that. That was wrong. Okay, get a little bit of damage in. Every little bit counts, right? Yeah, I definitely should have used the Ruby here. Alright, strip mine my factory, I would assume. Interesting. Well, I think we're just going to play out the Howling Mine here and say go. And if they have an answer, I think they would have played an answer on the orbs. So they get to draw some more cards here. Hopefully not a Dust to Dust. Should not have 6 here. I will probably kill any threat they play, like any creature threat. Alright, cool. That's what I like to see, them passing the turn back. Alright, Felden's Cane. And a Relic Barrier. Alright, Relic Barrier. You can counter this if you like. Okay. This gives me assurances against milling. Okay, you got it. Okay, Lotus. What have you got? Okay, Lotus into what? Icy? Okay. Well, they can icy down my lands if they like. The Vice will do nothing here. And Tome does not tend to be very good against Winter Orb. I'll play another Orb. Why not? Can't afford the Mirror Universe right now. Not that I really want to cast it. They could tap the Howling Mine so I don't draw off of it. That's a tactic. But the way this deck actually is winning and trying to win is through milling them. They probably don't know that the Howling Mine does not function if tapped, because they probably should be tapping it. It's actually probably correct. Alright, turn off all of this. I think we're going to see a Dust to Dust here on what? Howling Mine, Winter Orb, Howling Mine, Felden's Cane. I don't know. Maybe the 2 Moxen. I think that's greedy, though. Okay. I think the Mine was actually more correct, but I could see Vice. I don't really think Winter Orb is correct, but alright. Would like to start hitting lands or mana sources here. Alright, we're going to tap something. Alright, Divine Offering on what? Another Winter Orb? Okay. Winter Orb is down. Do you have a Disenchant for the last one? I'm going to tap something. Okay. Welp. Let's force our opponent to win here. They're not going to attempt to do that, evidently. Kind of missing on our land drops here, though. Moat's fine. This deck can attack, but doesn't really care about that. Alright, I'll throw it out there. Tell him to have it. The only disaster here, I guess not a disaster, Power Sync would not be great. And again, Power Sync also means that they're not tapping on my turn with Icy, possibly. So we'll just see. We shall see what happens. Okay, they're going to try to sink us. Okay. Turn off auto yields. Nope, not going to do it. Question is, do I Felden's Cane here? It's fine. Well, all the creature removal is certainly coming out. This stuff looks pretty bad right now. I guess the upside to it is I don't have to draw it later. They can tap the orb here and untap their stuff. Okay, orb's tapped. Well, what are they getting here? Regrowth on Dust to Dust? Okay. What do they blow up? You can see Ivory Tower, because I think there is a finite amount of damage they can do with this deck. Oh, interesting. Interesting choice. Let's see if this resolves. Okay, you got it. Now, opponent's got a lot of mana. But I should turn off auto heal just in case they could try to fireball us to death. We can activate the Mishra's Factory and blow it up with our own swords to plowshares. The creature removal is certainly not serving us well. This moat... Actually, everything in our hand is bad right now. Certainly intended for more of an aggressive meta. What are they going to try to do here, I wonder? A Brain Geyser? Wouldn't be upset with that. That's for sure. Could be a recall. Okay. Well, I wonder what they get. Probably Dust to Dust. Alright, Disintegrate, Swords to Blast is a way to win. Power Sink. And what do they get? Dust to Dust, okay. Regrowth. Counterspell. What was the last card? Mana Drain, okay. What are they Dust to Dust here? Okay. Okay. Winter Orb, it is a tapped. Okay, and draw some cards. I assume we're going to see another Dust to Dust. My question is, what is it going to be on? Could see Feld's Cane being actually pretty relevant in this matchup. My opponent's going to clock again. Do I care about this? No, that's fine. Yeah, I think that Feldon's Cane's actually quite relevant, because at some point in time I think they're going to have to Time Twister. Because they've ditched their win con, or they could try to regrowth their win con, but my life total is 25, which is not irrelevant. Okay, they're going to... Okay, the recall. Well, they're kind of playing into my hand here. Well, my deck is not cooperating. So, go ahead, discard this, and this. At a minimum, we do get to draw with Library of Alexandria. Okay, strip mine on what? Well, I will draw here. Alright, come on, you. Come on, Moto. Draw a card. Alright, not a bad one. I wish I could just discard my hand. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this moat, and probably Mirror Universe, I think. Or just, yeah, no, moat and Mirror Universe seem the worst. Alright, well, we'll shuffle all this nonsense back in. And discard a moat. Alright, we're going to cast something else. Okay. Okay. Really want to get to a point where they just cannot have enough counter spells, and we'll just get that icy. Okay. Spew some cards. Alright, moat is a bad. Probably an STP as well. I think I'm going to keep Mirror Universe and Kismet. Like, they're both pretty individual and unique effects. I mean, moat is too, but there's already one in play, and it doesn't really matter whose side of the board it's on. It always kind of does the same stuff. Yep, that's fine. I actually want you to be doing stuff like that. Could make a really ballsy play and try to geyser me out. Alright, just keep on passing it. Yep, I'm not going to try to cast the Tome out. Tome is moderately interesting. STP, and probably Balance here. Balance does not seem like it's going to be good. I mean, we can get some lands with it, but... Okay. So we going for Twister here is my question. If we are, I will attempt to blow up this thing in response to the Twister. Oh, Loa? Yeah, I'm cool with you drawing cards. That's not an issue. And I'm going to be discarding here regardless. So, attempt it. Probably get denied here. Hopefully not by... Yeah, the worst for us would be Power Sink, but there's already, what, 2 or 3 in the yard? 3 in the yard. Yep, Counterspell's fine. I know they have Drain in hand. Untap the Plains. Alright. Okay. I'm not going to tap down the Winter Orb there. Interesting. I think you still tap down the Orb. Okay. More lands. Jangbe Tome is fine. So counter, sink, counter. We know for a fact there's probably 4 counters in the deck. A Disenchant. Okay. Okay. You get mana drained here. That is A-okay, I think. Okay. I think we'll play on a Tome here, because they're going to need to tap the Winter Orb down, or they can counter this. But it's one less thing that's going to be in my deck. I guess Kismet was just as rational from that aspect. They tap the Orb, or they can tap my land, I guess, but like they're not going to win the game that way. They're going to mill first. Disenchant. Oh, they're going to draw, okay. Cool. Well, get a bunch of mana off drain here. 3 to be exact. Okay, Jet. Cool. Oh, they have a Fireball. They do pretty close to 19. Can they do 19? Probably. It's very close. They have a Fork, maybe they can. They have Fireball plus Disintegrate? Never actually seen the Fireball. Alright, well, what are we doing here? I assume we're trying to Fireball me out. And I think it's going to work. Actually, turn off auto yields. Turn off auto yields. So we can actually, I think, stay alive through this. It's going to be close. They're going to go for Xaxes. They probably have the last counter spell. Alright. Mishra's Factory. Activate, and Swords to Plowshares. Going to 2. Alright, mirror a universe. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Tap the orb, okay. Well, I have another bolt. Alright, we're going for this, okay. Go ahead and counter this, and then I'll do it again. Alright, do you have enough? It looks like they have a disenchant as well, which is going to be game. And we'll go to game 2. My opponent needs to learn how to play on a clock, though. They are sizably behind. Alright, so, against the deck. Well, I want this, this. You know what's interesting? Actually, Tabernacle is not interesting. They're only win con. Yeah, maybe we put this in. Put this in. We have tons to take out. So this comes out, this comes out, this is garbage. I don't know if I like James Day Tome. These are garbage. You know, there's a possibility that I just want to bring in some Seer Angels. Yeah. Yeah, what do we think of this? Yeah, let's go with this. Karma's not going to do anything. Yeah, I like this setup. The Seer Angels may catch him by surprise. His Swords to Plowshares should come out. Unless he's just trying to use them against... Okay, Keeper. Turn 1 Loa, go. I think. Bunch of disenchants, James Day Tome. I mean, the hand's more controlling. Okay, draw a card. Alright, Mox. Cool. Well, we're going to draw here, and then strip mine his Loa. Well, alright, that mana screwed at minimum. Okay, Time Walk, cool. Come on, Moto. Catch up. Draw the card. Okay. Come on, Moto. Gonna Vice it up here. Come on, Vice. Get out there. Moto is lagging pretty bad here. Okay. Come on, Moto. Run. Yeah, sorry guys, this program is kind of garbage sometimes for recording. It just gets these horrible memory leaks after running for a long time. And goes slower than shit. You think someone would try to fix it, but yeah, what you gonna do? So the opponent burned off a Black Lotus just to blow up my mana. I think that was a little ambitious, to be honest with you. Opponent's clock's ticking down now too. Evidently they're lagging quite badly as well. Oh. Come on, Moto. Oh god, this program, guys. May just be casting out a Sierra Angel next turn. God, this program is so crappy, guys. Alright, I gotta shut it down. Coming right back. Quick pause. This is too bad to play. Jesus Christ. Alright guys, back. Moto is slowly reloading. I had to log off. It was too bad. This recording's probably going to be a little dicey. Yep. I wonder if he did leave in STPs. Alright, mana drain, cool. Alright, we're disenchanting that, cool. I think it was correct to run it out there. I have to attrit his hand. That's what I'm doing with Loa right now, is just attritting his hand size. And what do you have for a bazillion mana? Good Brain Geyser himself. Alright, just another disenchant. Oh, do you have a Loa of your own? Good. Oh, we're going to Twister. Okay, well, Twister still favors me, I think. And now if my opponent taps out, I can Kismet Winter Orb block them. Seems good. Okay, Ancestral, go up to 9 cards. Fine by me. Okay, Mox. Lotus. Well, it was a pretty favorable sequence for them. But not over. Just dust to dust these things. If they want to counter it, cool. Be my guest. Okay. Okay, Loa of their own, but I have a mine in play. Oops. Yep, Ruby. Try to Kismet them here. If they want to counter the Kismet, that's cool. Alright, and that would be game. Alright guys, so played a couple interesting games against Cousin Ted here. A lot of them went to time, but I mean, he's playing a very controlling version of the deck. I'm not a fan of it. I think it has too many removal spells and too few ways to win or accrue card advantage. It's very good at answering things, but eventually you can grind it out. And I think, you know, despite him saying he thought he was very favored that matchup despite the Loa, I don't think that's necessarily true. The first game, as you can see, like it took him, all of 20 minutes off his clock just to win the first game, and it was a pretty close thing. We forced him to time twister essentially, and And if he had not had an extra piece of like counter magic or removal when we got him down to 3 cards in hand, then we would have gotten out of bolt range, had him down to 3 cards, and had more cards in library than he did, and possibly eventually won there with a more live deck. So I don't know. Mono White Prison, not as good as like the deck. I think if I was playing him with the deck, I feel like I could probably win most games. But, certainly had fun playing, and I'm going to put these up despite some of the lagging in Moto and probably some of the spottier commentary because I was playing for a very long time. But I hope you guys enjoyed the games, and if you're ever online and you want to play a game of Old School, hit me up. I'm willing to play if I'm on. Alright guys, take care and enjoy.